Alright guys, so we're going to be talking about equations. So this is going to be a review of equations. It says explain how you would solve for a variable in an equation. Okay, so we know that a variable stands for the unknown, is a letter that we use when we don't know something. And so when we want to explain how to solve for a variable, our goal is to get the variable by itself. So we have 2x equals 6. Okay, this is an equation. It has an equal sign. That means whatever's on the left equals whatever is on the right side. Okay, so now, how do we solve for a variable? Our goal is to get the variable by itself. And to do that, we always have to do the inverse operation. So when we're solving for a variable, we get the variable by itself, do the inverse operation. What we do on the left, we do on the right. Okay, so there's an example. You put it in your own words how to answer number 1. Number 2, you should be able to answer that one. So we'll skip down to number 3. It says solve. We have m minus 21 equals 46. Remember, when we're solving for a variable, we need to do the inverse operation. Okay, so we have a subtraction sign. The inverse of subtracting is adding. So negative, if we group it together, negative 21 plus 21 gives me 0. So it'll cancel out. What I do on the left side, I have to do on the right side. So now it's going to be 6 plus 1 is 7. 4 plus 2 is 6 equals m. So now you've just solved for the variable. Number 4, which value of x makes the equation true? So I'm going to make this statement a true statement. All right, so look at A. It says 1/2, and if we plug in 1/2 for x, that would be a half. 0.5 is 5/10, same thing as a half. Half times 9, or divided by 9, is 18. Okay, so you're telling me that 1/2 divided by 9, does that give me 18? That doesn't make any sense, so that's not going to be my answer. All right, let's look at B. If I plug it in, 2 divided by 9 equals 18. Does that make any sense? I don't think so. Okay, so I don't think that B is our answer either. Let's plug in 27. 27 divided by 9 equals 18. Well, 9 times what gives me 27? That'd be 9 times 3. So is 3 equal to 18? No. So 9 goes into 27 3 times. So if I solve this, I get 3. 3 is not equal to 18, so I don't think C is our answer. So that leaves us with D. Okay, I'm plugging it in. Remember, the fraction bar right here means to divide. So I'm going to divide by 9. 9 goes into 16 one time. 9, I'm going to subtract. 16 minus 9. So that'll be, what do you think? Okay, 7. And then 9 times what is 72? That would be 8. 72. Okay, so that just read 162 divided by 9 equals 18. And we said 162 divided by 9 is 18. So that subs in for here. So is 18 equal to 18? Yes, it is. So that makes our answer choice D. Okay, write an addition equation with a solution of 19. Okay, so I want you to basically just write an equation where the answer equals 19. So it would be 2 plus something equals something. but I want you to plug in numbers, okay, with the solution to be 19, okay? So that could be an infinite number of solutions, so I'm not going to work that one out for you. What are operations which undo each other? You should know the answer to that. We talk about that all the time. You should be able to do number 7. Remember, I want to get the variable by itself, so I need to do the what operation. Is kind of the answer to number 6. Number 8, it says, which of the following is true concerning x plus 18 equals 35? All right, so this is the same thing. If I want to find the value of x, what do I need to do? You need to pick the correct answer choice. 9, same thing as what we were doing before. What's the value of a variable that makes an equation true? Okay. What is the value of a variable that makes the equation true called? Okay, that would be the solution. Okay, so whatever the variable equals will make the statement true. So that kind of goes back to our question up here. To create an equation with the solution of 19, so this would be 2 plus x equals 21. My solution to x would be 19. Okay. Let's scroll back down. Number 11. We need to talk about that one. Number 11. Y minus 3/5 equals 1/5. Okay, once again, we have to do the inverse operation to get the variable by itself. So the opposite of subtracting is adding. So I'm going to add 3/5. So negative 3/5, because remember the negative is grouped with what's in front of it. If I have negative 3/5 and I add 3/5, that's going to cancel. So I'm going to take 1/5 and add 3/5. Remember, when we're adding or subtracting fractions, our denominator needs to stay the same. Is our denominator the same? Yes. So I'm going to keep it the same. And then 4 is my numerator. So y equals 4/5. If I were to plug this back in to check my answer, that would be meaning we just said y is 4/5. So I'm going to plug it in for y. So that would be 4/5 minus 3/5 equals 1/5. Is this statement true? 4 minus 3 is 1. Yes. So the solution for y is 4/5. Okay. Number 12 is pretty straightforward. You might get a bigger number. Remember, we need to do the inverse operation. Okay. Number 13. Do not forget to line up your decimals. If you look at this and say, there isn't a decimal with the 62, yes, there is. It's invisible. You can't see it. Where do I want to put my decimal so it does not change my number? If I put it at the front, it changes to 62 hundredths. If I put it in between, that is 6 2/10. If I put my decimal at the back, it stays as 62. So there's an imaginary decimal at the back. Go ahead and add a 0. Now I can just go on like normal. The inverse operation. And what I do on the left, I'm going to do on the right side. When I'm adding or subtracting, I need to make sure my decimals line up. Okay, so you're going to work that one out. I basically did almost all of it for you. Number 14, it says which equation does not belong with the other 3 equations? Explain why it does not belong. Okay, so if you know how to solve equations, then you can answer this question. Basically, you're going to look at A, B, C, and D. You're going to solve all of them, solve for X, and it will tell you which one does not belong. Okay. What is a math sentence called that shows 2 expressions are equal? That's the key word. 2 expressions are equal. That's saying 5 plus 2 is equal to 4 plus 3. What is this called when it has the equal sign? Okay. Number 16, it wants you to find the error in what this person did wrong. Okay, let me try to line that up a little better. Okay, so it just wants to know what this person did incorrectly. Select the equations where x is the solution. Oh, where the x equals 8 is the solution. So I would recommend solving for all of them, or just plugging in the 8 for x on all of them and see which one makes the statement true. Please notice that it says circle all that apply. So there's probably more than one answer choice that works out for you. Okay, I'm going to leave you be for the rest of them. If you have questions about the rest of them, please let me know.